angle on his chest to his head. It's definitely that line. And I'm not worried about his beak. We will add the beak later. Beak is more, not quite detail, it's an essential part of him, but it's something that we really don't have to worry about right at this moment as we try to nail the perimeter and trying to get some of the really big shapes like the head and the body accurate. Okay, so I'm looking at that. And then roughly, so this would be his throat. I'm sorry, not his breast. This is his throat. Now we're looking at the angle of his chest or breast, and that would be that. And then the angle of his tummy is slightly at this angle. And we're looking at his rump, which would be like so. And then I'm not going to worry about his tail right at this moment. I just kind of want to get an idea of some other shapes that are going on. So here we have a bird that is definitely presenting himself on his feet frontal, and then twisting on on his toes. Those are his toes that are wrapped around the branch. So twisting from the toes, his feet are turning him at almost a 3/4 angle. And so what's happening there is you've got his head, but then you've got a shape that's kind of going this way. So let me see. Of course, I don't have any big scrap paper. See what I can do here. I'm so unprepared. Okay, let us have a look. We'll do the sticky note. So what we're doing is, if you think of him, circle, oval, like this, and then his whole shape like this, this is all very flat. But if we want to make him round as he is in space, we have to see, that broke. We have to think in terms of, there's almost like a series of ellipses. So he's kind of like this, and like this, and like this. And then these ellipses are all hooked together. And this inside part, this is the part on the back that you just never see. This actually would be overlapping. So you've got his body curving this way. And so we kind of want to think about his head is in that curve as well. And that is curving until you get to his beak. So just to kind of give yourself an idea, or at least I do this to kind of give myself an idea, that we're seeing kind of more of the front of the bird right here as it kind of curves, and his head, which is it's not quite in profile because you can see the other side of his face on this side and the other side of his chin. So I'm just going to put that guide in. If you don't need that, don't worry about it. It's just a reminder for me. It'll disappear. But does that make sense in making it more, trying to think of it more as a, here, I will sculpt a bird for you. So thinking of him more in the round rather than something completely flat. I think if you think about that even while you're drawing the very flat shapes, I just think that helps orient your brain to when we get farther along and we're thinking of values, which will be the way that we trick the viewer into thinking they are looking at something that recedes in space and comes out in space. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. All right.